Are you worried about how a wind farm might affect your property values? You and I have an insatiable appetite for electricity. Come with me and we'll look at the issues relative to wind farms and the communities that they serve. This is the Windfarm Guy. Hi, this is Dennis Stout and thank you for joining me for this episode of the Windfarm Guy. Today we're considering what effect a wind farm has on property values. Maybe you've been approached by a wind farm company and no doubt you've got lots of questions rattling around in your head, and one of those is probably, what is this going to do to the value of my property? You may have heard one thing or another that either they help or they don't help, or you may have even talked to a friend of yours that's a real estate agent that said, no, they hurt property values or whatever. That's been an argument that's been going on for a long time. But I have to tell you, studies show that by and large, the property values of properties that are in and around a wind farm increase. Either they stay the same as the rest of the area, or they can even go up and increase. I know that doesn't make sense, and so I was working on a project where there was an existing operating wind farm nearby. It had been operating for at least a decade, and so I drove over. I wanted to find out for myself. I drove over to check, and I talked to real estate agents, a broker, even an appraiser, to ask them about it. And I said, don't tell me what you think I want to hear. Tell me the truth. I really want to know, because people ask, do the property values of property that's in and around a wind farm, how do they compare to properties in other parts of the county? And they said, well, typically the properties that are sold that are in and around a wind farm sell for the same amount or greater than like properties in other parts of the county. Now, I know that doesn't make sense, but it is the truth. I'm a real estate agent myself, and if I didn't know what I know, I would think, oh, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right, but really, it is right. And if you don't believe me, if you happen to be fortunate enough to live in an area or be in an area where there's a wind farm that has been around for a while, a decade or more, go talk to an agent or an appraiser or whatever. Talk to somebody that can get actual data, real data, not just some, I think, or I want to believe, or whatever. Get real data of what properties actually sold for in and around the wind farm compared to other parts of the county, and find out for yourself. But maybe maybe that's not the concern that you're having. Maybe the concern that you're having is, what about in the future, when what if the rural properties continue to increase in value and urban sprawl continues to happen, and maybe your concern is, what about future residential development? Well, I wouldn't let that be a concern, and here's the reason why. If you could either sell the property now for X amount, or you could have a wind lease on it and have, remember, they're long-term leases. You could have years, decades of this passive revenue stream, and then when reclamation happens and everything is restored back to what it is today, and then you can sell it at that future price. I mean, which way are you going to make more money? I mean, there's no comparison. So if that's your concern, by all means, get involved in the wind farm and enjoy that revenue stream and sell the property later. But even if you're not wanting to sell the property, it's still a way of protecting the value for you. I had a landowner tell me, he signed the lease, he said, man, I am totally going to do this, and here's the reason why. This has been in the family for generations, and I want it to stay in the family. And he said, what better way to keep it in the family than if I attach a passive revenue stream to it? He said, who in their right mind would sell that? Nobody's going to sell it. So because he believed, because of having that wind lease with us and having the wind farm for all of those years, that he would be able to keep the property in the family for at least a couple more generations, and that gave him a great deal of comfort. What a deal. What a way to look at it. There's lots of good reasons for being a part of a wind farm. I believe that wind is a very viable part of our country's energy strategy, and if you have that opportunity, I would encourage you to seriously consider it and be a part of it. This is Dennis Stout, and I'm the Windfarm Guy. Certainly, I cannot make any claims regarding the value of your or other properties. I am merely saying that It is my observation that the property values hold or improve in and around a wind farm, and you should research your particular area. You should also consult a realtor for real estate matters and an attorney for legal matters. Thank you for watching. Working together, we can make good energy decisions and save our planet. I am the Windfarm Guy.